We are doing a rapid fire Q&A from day one of video creation camp. So what I've done is compiled a lot of the questions that came up in the live training, and I'm just going to answer them really quick because I may have missed some things, and I know repetition is the key. For many people, you need to hear things more than once, or maybe you didn't catch it. So I compiled all those questions, and we're just going to go through it. The other thing we're going to do is go through part of the workbook. So if you haven't downloaded that, you can go to ashesyoga.com/video camp training. Let's see if I've got that banner up there. Video camp training. That one, this one, ashesyoga.com/video camp training. And that's where you're going to see the replays, the workbook download link, and dates and times and all those things. Okay, cool. So this is post day one. After day one was a few days ago. And the reason I'm not doing this live specifically is because I am doing a little share screen situation because I'm a very visual person. And unfortunately, Facebook does not allow for us to stream with third-party tools like StreamYard, which is one of those questions people are having. So we are doing Q&A for day one. If you have more questions, please feel free to chat or comment in the Facebook group or reply to any of the numerous emails that you're getting about video camp, okay? All right, so we're going to remove that and add in our questions. And these were live, so you can actually see people's names too. And in order to chat live in our live broadcast, you do have to, I believe you have to have a YouTube channel and be logged in. I don't know exactly. I know there were some difficulties, but just a heads up that they are live on YouTube. But then, so to comment, you'll see your YouTube name. So let's just do like quick questions, okay? Angela says, I like this YouTube Live, but don't you have to have a certain number of subscribers to do YouTube Live? Yes and no. You do not need a certain number of subscribers for a YouTube Live through a computer if you're doing it on your computer or desktop. You do, however, need 1,000 subscribers if you're doing mobile live on your phone. So I've been doing it on my computer. I use my webcam, my computer, and YouTube Live, totally fine. Next question. Please, can you name the app again? This was referring to what I'm using here, where I'm able to toggle between different looks, and this is StreamYard.com. StreamYard.com. And what this is it's a third-party tool to help you to do presentations and streaming. Usually you can record with it. I'm on the paid version, so I'm recording. You can also stream to YouTube or stream into something like onto Zoom, maybe? Can you do Zoom? I don't know. So Instagram, Facebook pages, not Facebook groups, and all sorts of things. So I've been using StreamYard, but there are other apps out there that are similar. And also, don't complicate it. So if you don't want to use a third-party tool for streaming or presentations, just use Zoom. Zoom works too. Zoom could work really well even for my broadcasts and presentations that we're going through the training. Like Zoom could have worked just fine. Why am I using YouTube Live? It's just a preference. It's something I chose to do. What I like to do is to present in the place I have the biggest audience, and that's for YouTube. Present in the place you have the biggest audience. It might be on Facebook. It might be on Instagram. If you want to do an Instagram live or an Instagram training on Instagram, fine. I have a big audience on YouTube, so therefore I use YouTube. Plus, I'm kind of leading into the YouTube course here. So at the end of this week, you're going to get an invite to join YouTube for Yoga Teachers. So it only makes sense that we are a little bit familiar with YouTube. But I am using StreamYard for share screen things. And then you ask that again. What was the name? StreamYard.com. I love information about how to live stream a Zoom class and record at the same time when you're using Windows, not an Apple. Okay, so you can record on Zoom. Make it simple for yourself. Just record Zoom. So you don't need a third-party tool or a separate recording device to record a Zoom class. You record straight using Zoom. So I think this question is pertaining to the fact that I use QuickTime externally to record my classes while I'm on Zoom, and QuickTime is a Mac program. If you want better quality, or if you don't want to record the Zoom grid, but you want to see the grid and you want better quality, you can do a couple things. there are recording softwares out there. So you can record straight to the recording software if you have one. You can in the background. You can record using your phone. Another app I recommend, or software I recommend that's free, is called OBS, and I believe you can get it at OBS. What was it? OBS something.com. OBS. I have a YouTube video on it. It's how to set up OBS. It's open broadcasting software, and a lot of people use it for streaming video game type stuff, but it does work as a recording software. So you could use OBS in the background. It's free as you're recording to Zoom. So I do have a tutorial on how to set that up. It's on YouTube. You can look it up. Just look up like Ashley Hagen OBS or something and it'll come up. Preston says, I'm not a yoga instructor yet. Could I do it from the vantage point of aspiring yoga teacher or something along those lines? Yes, 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 absolutely. And we talked about this in training one because I saw this question and I love it because you're not limited to who you want to be. You can be exactly where you are. People love following a journey and seeing that growth. So start where you are, wherever that is, whether you're a yoga teacher or not. You don't have to teach yoga videos. You can share, your experience with the practice. There's so many things you can share beyond teaching a class if you're not quite certified or prepared and ready for that. So lots you can teach. Do you use Vimeo? And I did answer this in the first training as well. You can. I don't know if you're specifically asking this because you want to know if I personally do, or if you can, if one could use Vimeo. And I did explain the difference between Vimeo and YouTube. Their purposes are different. Vimeo is a great video hosting platform, but it's not going to be great marketing. So if you want to host your videos someplace and use them for courses or for video libraries and the such, that's great, but it's not going to get new people in. Posting videos to Vimeo doesn't really do that, whereas YouTube does because of the algorithms and searches and the fact that it's owned by Google. So people are finding your videos without you sharing them personally. So I would use them in two different ways, where Vimeo is like a yoga class or a lesson host, and YouTube is for marketing. And YouTube is the most popular video marketing platform. I wouldn't consider Vimeo video marketing. It's more a video host site. I just logged on. I have a YouTube channel. I have a free account. How do you prevent pop-up ads? Do I have to have a paid account? Okay, so if you personally are a viewer and pop-up ads come up, yes, you'd have to pay to not have pop-up ads. So it's like $10 a month or something like that. If you want YouTube Premium or YouTube Red, I don't know what they're calling it now, but the premium account on YouTube will stop those ads from showing for you. As a creator, ads will play in the middle of your videos if you're not yet monetized. And we didn't really talk about this in training one. I'll talk about it briefly here, but I do talk about this in depth in my YouTube course. But to be monetized means to join the YouTube Partner Program, where you have control as a creator if there are ads placed on your videos and you actually make money. You make 50% of the ad revenue that comes in from those ads. And so you can decide if you have ads placed at the beginning, at the end, in the middle, or completely off. And you can even pick and choose exactly where you put the ads once you're monetized, once you're in the YouTube Partner Program. And you can join when you have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours within a 12-month period. And there's other parameters too if you were creating YouTube shorts of how you could get monetized, but it takes a while. And on average, it's 2 years and at least 100 videos. So this is where we get started. You're like, 2 years from now, I'm going to get monetized. But that doesn't mean you should stop just because there's ads that you're not getting paid for or don't have control over. It means let's get ourselves out there and get those subscribers and watch hours. So anyways, if you are a creator and you're worried about the ads, you can always recommend to people. You can say, hey, I know there are going to be ads in the middle of these videos. They are free videos. So I would recommend joining YouTube Premium. It's really going to help you get the most out of our time together. I get no revenue from you joining YouTube Premium. I just know this is a longer class and I would be annoyed with ads. So you can join. I might even say something like that if I were just getting started. as a YouTube creator, as a yoga teacher, because then the people who really want to do your classes are going to pay the $10 and not have ads. So, so that's a whole different thing. We can talk more on that at length later. Okay, why am I live on YouTube instead of Instagram? There's been times where I did live on YouTube and on Instagram at the same time. Usually Instagram is in the kind of background. Um, Instagram isn't like the best for presentation places. I mean, kind of, not really. But what I really like about YouTube is as soon as the live broadcast was over, it's now a YouTube video. And the link is the exact same to share it. It's searchable. There's keywords in it. People can find it if I make it public. And it's just a lot more easier to share and to link back to, whereas live on Instagram goes away. So Instagram lives, I don't know what happened with what happens with Instagram lives. I don't know. You can maybe download them, but then you'd have to go through the whole process of uploading it someplace else, making sure people can get the shareable link. It just seems like more of a process. Now, if you're only wanting people to join live and that's it, Instagram is great. You can go live and do those, those more casual live training type things. I wouldn't do a training that I really want replay viewers on Instagram because I'm not as confident with it. But I don't know, maybe you might be. Another thing is, it, I had up to 128 people live on day one, but now there's over 500 views on it. So you can tell a lot of those are replay viewers. I know only about 20% of people or less are going to join live, and most people will join on day one and it will fade. So I'm really banking on those replay viewers, right? I know that people are going to watch the replay due to time zone, scheduling, all those things. So YouTube just fares a lot better for that. Hey, Ash, are you making a nice amount of cash on YouTube? No, I'm not. Well, I do make enough money, but it's not on YouTube, it's through YouTube. Like YouTube is the gateway. YouTube is not paying me. I have 35 or 36,000 subscribers. My watch hours are a little bit less right now. YouTube maybe pays me 200 a month. Like it's not a lot. It's not a whole lot. But what people do is they find me through YouTube, and then through YouTube, they go to my website. They work with me. We get to know each other and build a relationship on YouTube, but we take it off of YouTube when the transactions actually happen. So to answer that question, not really. At one point, though, I think when I had 16,000 subscribers or something, or like half. So the number of subscribers doesn't really matter. My revenue was up to, at one point, I think $900 in 1 month was the most I got it up to. And it's been hovering between 200 and 300 for a couple of years now. So I have not been as diligent and as consistent with YouTube, but that's because my focus is turned towards my courses in other ways. So I'm making more money, but it's not specifically on YouTube. YouTube is just a small slice of the pie. So yeah, hope that answers that question. What do you mean you can't build a community on Instagram? Oh, we went through this in training one. How do you build one on YouTube? That's different. Well, both of those are audience building, not necessarily community. So what I was saying was make sure to join the Facebook group, the free Facebook group, the pop-up group for Video Creation Camp. People have been submitting their homework and their intro videos, and I just love it. People are stepping out of fear and into not yet confidence, but into their courage and posting and sharing introduction videos, 15 seconds up to 2 minutes I've seen, and it's been so fun. So what I mean by community versus audience. So a community, the only place you can really build a community that's free on social media is Facebook. What I mean by a community is a place where people can interact without the main person being on stage. Without me, for example, having to be presenting or teaching, or you don't have to engage in my content in a Facebook group. That's community where I'm kind of like mingling in with everybody. Like you're at a party and you're mingling and just making sure everyone's doing good. That's a community. Whereas an audience is what you build on Instagram, on your Facebook page, YouTube, where you are on the stage. You are creating the content and people are interacting with your stuff. Like you specifically. You become, I don't want to say you're the star, but you are the main brand. You are the image. And that's more audience building. So imagine yourself on stage presenting and you've got a sea of people looking at you and maybe shouting comments to you and asking you questions. but they're not really talking to each other. So that's what I was talking about with audience versus community. And yes, you can people still say you can build, community on Instagram, build your community here, here, and there. But my definition just a little bit different for this purpose, just to share with you that community um, goes beyond you. So although you think what you have on Instagram is a community, what you really have is an audience. All right? Hope that makes sense. Not everyone defines that, and people may define it differently. Do you mind sharing what application you're using while this? StreamYard. When you started YouTube, how did you find balance between being authentic to yourself and not solely focusing on keywords, views? I believe that contributes to my overwhelm. We did answer this a little in training one, and I think I came back to this and thought the main thing I want to say is it has to be fun for you. It has to be enjoyable. And so if it's not enjoyable, take a step back, because posting something is still better than nothing. If it's not perfect, if it doesn't have all the right keywords or the right title, or it's not, as, it's not what everyone else wants. There's a balance that you have to create with creating content that people want, and also content because you enjoy it. One of your videos every so often might be something that you make just because you like it. Like, I'm just going to share with you how I bake these cookies because it's something I absolutely love, or how I grow this garden, or I'm going to share with you this one tip because I like it and I love talking about it. It has nothing to do with yoga, but it has to do with my lifestyle or something else. So there's a balance between giving the people what they want or what you think they want, and also doing something because you like it, doing recording something or sharing something that feels like it's unique or special to you, and you like it so much that it doesn't matter if anyone else likes it, doesn't matter if you get a lot of views, you enjoyed the process. So there's part of this is enjoying the process. So a lot of my old videos are very cringy. There some I have removed, but my older videos, I was just having fun. I was enjoying it. It gave me a lot of practice. It does not feel like a waste of time, even though I deleted a lot of them or removed them from public view, because it just wasn't relevant to what I am teaching now. But it was still practice and never a waste of time. So whatever it is you want to do, make sure that you are enjoying the process. Not every piece of the process is going to be enjoyable, but if you had a choice between teaching a class that your community wanted, but you didn't really like, and then teaching something that absolutely lit you up, but there's going to be a smaller audience for it, what are you going to go with? I know what I would do. I would do the one that lit me up, because that's what I know I could be most consistent with. But to teach a class that feel like, even if 100 people came and it doesn't feel real to you, if you got tons of views on it, but it wasn't what you really wanted to teach, then you're soon going to feel resentment, burnt out, not feeling good. So have fun with it. Okay, next. Can you have your own YouTube channel, public or otherwise? Do you have to have it in order to embed onto a web page? No. You can embed my videos. You can embed, a lot of people allow embedding of other videos. So if you want to embed a video of someone else's onto a website, you totally can. Into your courses, you can. I've had people who embed my YouTube videos, some of my trainings and interviews, into their courses, which is great because the video is going to link back to me anyway. It's just more marketing. It's a public video. It's not a big deal. Fair game. So you can embed it. You can always, if the creator turned off the embed, which means you place the video onto your site, but it's all actually coming from YouTube. So if you were to place it on your site, if they have that turned off, you can always just link to it. You can say, here's a link to a video I think you would like. So you don't have to have your own YouTube channel to embed other people's videos onto a web page. However, you do have to have your own YouTube channel to create videos to embed onto your web pages. So no and yes, it depends on which videos you're looking to embed. With a website, though, you do have to, typically you have to embed a video that's hosted elsewhere. You can't directly upload to a website. If you're using Offer Entry, you can directly upload to Offering Tree. That's a whole different topic though. If you were using something like Wix or Squarespace or WordPress, typically you can't upload directly onto your website. You'd have to pull it from YouTube or Vimeo or someplace else. Okay, so I guess that's another layer to this question. How often should you upload videos to YouTube? As often as you can stay consistent. The typical average or recommendation is once a week. Once a week is a really good time frame. I'm talking these long form videos, so not the vertical shorts, but longer, like when you teach something or when you're sharing tips or advice or you're sharing a story once a week. If you can add in, another video here and there, that's fine too. If it's twice a week, great. You do not have to do daily. More videos does not mean more views. You want quality views, and you don't need super high quality in your videos, but you want your content to be quality. You want to have thought about what you're going to say, to script it out, not just be like, I'm just doing whatever and I'm not going to follow a script at all. I'm not going to introduce myself. I'm going to just throw up this replay video. Come on, let's put a little more effort behind it and actually allow for some space and breathing room for people to watch your videos the first few days it's published. Like, you should be talking about it, excited about the latest video for an entire week. So I think once a week is great. If you can't do once a week, every other week is fine too. Once a month, if that's all you can stay consistent with. I mean, recommendations once a week, but you got to work it out for you. What platform do you use for your membership library? I have talked about Offering Tree a bunch, and that is what I currently use. There are other options, and I don't think you should get stuck here. It's pick one and go with it. I'm going to share, my friend Micah has a membership library with Uscreen, but it's a little more pricey. It's kind of fancy. It's a little more pricey, actually a lot more pricey. It's very expensive. That's what you'll see some of the bigger names using, like Sarah Beth has a membership with Uscreen, but the price point's pretty high. I use Offering Tree. I also teach people how to use Offering Tree in this way, and I do have a course called Build Your On-Demand Library with Offering Tree. My other courses currently are hosted in Teachable, and I will be moving them probably to Thrivecart at some point. Again, these are not recommendations for you. I don't think this is where you need to get started necessarily. I'm just answering the questions. So my membership, my videos for yoga are on Offering Tree. My courses are currently on Teachable, and there's a lot of others you could use. All my videos need improved. Can I work on those? Sure. Yeah. Work on what you currently have. Or say those were great practice. I'm going to film new ones. I think the recording process is actually very short. It doesn't take as much as long. It might take you longer to edit and improve your current videos than it would just to re-record them. So I don't know exactly what you need improvement with, if it's like YouTube optimizing keywords and stuff, or if it's the lighting and what you're saying and how you're teaching. So whatever you need improvement with, just notice if it is something that it's like externally from the video, or if it's like record the videos, or just keep going. I mean, I have thousands of videos in the past. Most people, if they're yoga videos, are likely not going to be watching the ones from years ago and they want the latest. So I assume, like, even if I had 300, 400, 500 videos from the past, it's usually the top like 10, the latest 10 that people are going to be watching. So that's what I try to stay up to date with. So can you work on those? Yeah, absolutely. I need more context to that. How are you remembering everything you're saying now? Do you have notes or a script running? Because I find it would be a lot to remember everything I want to say. Yeah, so when I did the training, I do not have a script. I don't have a script. I have bullet points, but my bullet points are my slides. So like right here, I'm just talking from my heart and answering the question. So I see what is on the screen. I don't know if it's this way or this way. I think I'm mirrored, so do I do this way? Okay, so I'm seeing what's on the screen. How do I remember everything? I don't remember everything. I talk like I'm talking to somebody asking me a question. I talk as if someone's right here. I talk to myself a lot. So that's what I find to be easier for me. This is the same with my yoga teaching, is where I used to bring a script with me, and I found that it distracted me more than anything. And having an outline with like bullet points of where I might want to get to is much better, where I can just then be free to be myself. And that comes with practice. So lots and lots of practice to say the things you want to say. And it's okay to pause. So like right now I'm kind of thinking, what more should I say about that? And it's okay if you pause. The pauses are probably a lot shorter than you think they are if you were to just sit here and think for a moment. What's really cool about replays is that someone can click 1.25 speed or 1.5 speed or mute or whatever. So that's what I like about video is you can play it faster. You can play it slower. You can tell people if you want to do this restorative class faster, 1.5 speed. Click that. So that's in some instances, like YouTube allows you to speed it up to, I think, 1.75 or 2 times faster. I don't know what it is, or maybe it's just 1.5, whatever it is. But you're able to speed up, slow down. You can mute at any time. I tell that to my live classes. I say, hey, if you don't want to listen to me blab on and you just want to watch the poses, hit that mute button. I'm not offended. I can't even tell. So lots of practice. And we're going to practice again too. So in the Facebook group, we'll have more homework soon. Okay. What are the best practices for batch creating? I went through that a little bit, I think, in training one. I saw that question. Batch creating isn't just batch filming. Like you might spend different days batching different things. I'm going to batch my scripts. So like this day, I'm going to work on 8 scripts for yoga, my videos. And then this day, I'm going to work on the outlines. And then this day, I'm going to work on recording it. And then you step away from recording. And then this day, I'm going to work on editing. And the next day, it's SEO, search engine optimization, writing the descriptions. The next day, that's why a week is like plenty of time for one video. Well, that's batching, but it depends on the time you have specifically. Like, do you have a full day to work or do you have little pockets of days to work? So what works best for you? Best practices is what works in your schedule. I like to sometimes just make a video all in one day because I know the steps. But if it helps to do like 4 scripts, 4 outlines, 4 recordings, edit them all in one time, and then upload all of them and then publish them one a week, you could get like within a week, you could have 4 or more videos and then not have to do anything for the next 3 weeks because you'd have a video each week, which would be cool. Do you use your default video or pro quality camera? I use a Logitech Brio webcam, and someone asked, can I see it? But I think I have to turn my camera off for that. So I'm going to switch cameras, okay? Settings, I'm going to switch cameras and I'm going to show you it. So this is my Brio right now. Camera is going to be on FaceTime. I'll turn this back. See, you can't see as much now. This is the Logitech Brio. It sits on my computer like this. Just like sits right. This is my computer screen. And it does that. It sits here and it's like right at my eye level. I'm looking at it there. This is my default camera right now. I probably need to like wipe it off. Hold on. Hold on. You got a little smushy smush there. A little better? There we go. I'm going to put this back on though. There. And swap it back. Did you see that? I hope so. Okay, there we go. Cool. Okay, that was Logitech Brio. I got it back in 2020. I still use it. It's 5 years later, and I still really like it. Oops. A ring light behind you or in front? Okay, so I said there was a ring light behind me. What I meant was there's a ring light behind my computer, like on my face. So behind my computer, I have a ring light, and I did show it inside on the training and training one. It's inside right now. How far are you from your camera? Right now, I'm like at my computer, but typically when I teach yoga, I'm 6 to 8 feet away. The Logitech Brio is wide angle, so you can see, right? It brings in, can you see this at all? It's a little bit like, it bows a little bit because it like a little bit wide angle here. You can kind of see it here. It's like, wee. I don't think, can you see it on this side where it's a little bit bowed? So it brings out more so you don't have to be as far, which is good. I think it's good. I bet there's other webcams and stuff out there, but I like what I like. What platform do you use to record on your computer? I use QuickTime movie recording on my Mac. I am using StreamYard right now to record this. It's an internet-based program, and then I'll download the recording. You could go live somewhere, even if it was private or unlisted. Like you could go live on YouTube and then download that. You could just use your phone and or a camera. There are so many options. What microphone am I using? We talked at length on microphones too in the training. Let's see if I can get you. What microphone am I using? I'm using the Rode Wireless Micro, tiny one. I love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. It plugs into your phone, your computer, anything. So mine's a USB. It's not an Apple product. It's Rode brand, so it's meant for any kind of device if it has a USB-C plug-in. I also have the lightning cable one, and I also have an adapter. So if it doesn't work, you get an adapter. If you're using an Apple product, you want the actual Apple adapter, not an off-brand. Okay, so like if you're going lightning cable to USB, you want the Apple version. Don't try to skimp and save a few dollars because it won't work. Or it may, but you just don't know. Any recommendations on ring lights or what matters? I have an Amazon, do I have this? Here we go. My Amazon shop, amazon.com/shop/Ash's Yoga. On the first screen, there's a place that says like microphone and tech and stuff recommendations. You can see the ones that I've purchased specifically. If you don't want to buy the things that I have purchased, there's others out there. There's so many more nowadays too. And this technology stuff like ring lights and webcams, the price fluctuates a lot. Like I bought my webcam when it was $200 and now it's $130 because demand is lower. My ring light, I think for me cost 75. Now it's like 90. I don't know why. But they're all there. So I got the Neewer brand, Neewer, an 18-inch ring light. I don't think those specifics matter. Honestly, it does not. Find something that lights up your life and call it good. So that's that. Test it. I'm always just testing things. And if you find something that works for you, you don't have to think about it anymore. You just use it. What about using your iPad as a camera? Yes, and you can actually use your iPhone or a phone as your camera. If you're on your computer, you can use it as a webcam if you have a cable to attach it to. I believe you can, at least a newer iPhone. Someone had mentioned that. So that is something you can do. QuickTime seems to only be compatible with Apple. Recommend a software for Windows. Yes, I talked about OBS and also recording directly to Zoom or recording to, like, you could do a live YouTube stream at the same time. Yeah, you could record using your phone. Will I be able to make short videos for the ones I have? I don't think that it's worth the time to try to edit your current videos into new content. I would just re-record. I know, yeah, I don't think you're gonna like that answer. I don't. I'm like, if you have a bunch of like YouTube videos or yoga videos that you did, and you're looking to create content from those, there are some softwares out there that can pull out like little clips and um, like AI can even do that. You can pull the transcript from it. You can shorten them. You could try to, but I think if you're talking yoga videos, I would say teach it again and again and again and again. How long do you have access to this video? This training is going through July 10th or 11th, so I have some bonus trainings going on. The replays will be available till July 18th, and then they're coming down. If you do get into the YouTube for Yoga Teachers course when it's open, this whole training will be also available for you in the replays. You'll have access to the replays if you are a YouTube for Yoga Teachers student. Yoga video library versus creating an app. Your thoughts? Oh, we talked about this a bit too on the training. Day one, make sure you watch day one. My thought was that an app sounds both expensive and complicated, and that it's going to be easier to use just a software or a tool that's preset for you where you can upload and manage your video library without having to, do the app development type stuff. So a lot of places and things like softwares have apps. Like they have their own apps. Like Offering Tree has an app. people can go on the app and get the videos. Teachable has an iPhone app if you're using Teachable. Kajabi has an app if you're using Kajabi. So usually, instead of going for your own app, find a place, a software, a place that's like can host and take payments and all that, and that also has its own app. But it doesn't have to be like Ashley's Yoga branded app. I don't know that that makes a big difference until you're like making like $1 million, right? Until you're making at least $200,000 a year off your yoga videos, I wouldn't go the route of an app. That just sounds like a distraction and an excuse to procrastinate. Do you have someone that helps you with your videos, website, social media, newsletters, etc., or do it all by yourself? I also did answer this in the training. I primarily do it myself, and I have been for many years. I've been doing everything myself. I did have my sister helping me with last year's YouTube for Yoga Teachers live launch, so that was helpful. She also illustrated the little people that you see in the graphics. So cute, love that. So that kind of help, but I haven't had a lot of ongoing help until recently. So I did just bring someone on to Team Ashes, who is helping with a lot of the back end stuff. So you'll see, hopefully that's going to go really well. And so far, so good. And so a lot of like little tasky things, because there's a lot that goes into doing something like this and doing just keeping up with it all, video uploads, all the admin, all the stuff. But as a single mom with 2 little boys, I'm still keeping up with this and doing pretty good. I do know, though, that I am a little more efficient than most people, and I absolutely love the internet stuff. Like, I love the systems. I'm very analytical. I'm very left-brained as far as, and also very creative. So I have a good balance, but I'm very mathematical. So the systems, the to-dos, the sequences of events. I started my training by my channel and my business by teaching people yoga sequencing, because memorizing scripts and memorizing sequences and practicing the step-by-step process, something that I'm really good at. And I'm also really great with mirroring classes, like, that sort of spatial awareness. So I like systems, I like business, I'm excited by this stuff. So I understand that not everyone's like that. So it would be good to start simple, but also to get some help. And I know that's the thought of most like entrepreneurs or people who end up hiring help, is their biggest regret is, I wish I would have done this sooner. And I know I probably should have hired somebody 3, 4, 5 years ago, like many years ago, but it wasn't until recently that I got a good process to do that. So I've got someone on board, they're helping me, but right now primarily everything you see is done by me. And I don't want to say that to brag, and I definitely don't want to say, "Oh, look at me, I'm doing this all by myself," because when I see people doing everything by themselves, I think, gosh, why don't you just delegate? Like, do what you're really good at. Don't make yourself sick. So my goal through this training, because I've done 2 live launches like this, big trainings, 3-part trainings. Last time was a 5-day website bootcamp, and every single time on the 3rd week, so like next week, inevitably, I lose my voice and I get sick. And I'm not going to do that. So I'm envisioning and manifesting health, happiness, relaxation, doing the things that are, really good for me, and making sure I get enough sleep, water, and making this fun. It's not stressful. Okay, that's it. Okay. I have the space, but it's not perfect. Should I still record and post my videos? Yes. Yes. Are there certain pages of the workbook that should be good to work through? Let's talk about that, the workbook. Trying to take it in bite-sized pieces and not get overwhelmed. Yeah, so let's remove this, and I'm gonna add something else. I'm gonna do my screen again, screen share. And we're gonna go into the workbook. All right, so the workbook is right here. You can download it at the directory page, the video camp training. And it starts with a little, message, and we're going to get into this whole thing a little bit later. We've got some just notes, but what we're looking to fill out is pages 6, 7, and 8. And this is just to get you thinking. So 1, what is your goal or vision with video creation right now. And what's cool about this is that you can, let's see if I can get this, you can write on this. I want a YouTube channel with, and be specific, with 100K subscribers. Mine's at 32, so, or 37, I don't know, 36,000. So I think that's pretty good. You can say, I want a YouTube channel and 100 videos, 1,000 videos. A video library that people pay monthly with 100 members at $25 an hour, or $25 a month. There we go. Or $100 a month. Like, you choose, okay? So what is your goal? What do you want to happen? You can say 3 months from now. I said a year from now. A year is a big leap, so there's so much that can happen in a year, but go ahead and dream. The next one is to describe your ideal day as a video creator, teacher, or online coach. What does that look like? Like, in order to step into the place we need to be and want to be, we have to um, we have to imagine it. We have to be able to visualize it. So describe your ideal day. I wake up at 5:30, wake up, and I can just say it like 6 a.m. morning Zoom yoga. I'm teaching it, and then by 7 a.m. I'm on a co-working session. This is actually what I do, co-working with my members. And then at 8 a.m. it's kids breakfast, and 9 a.m. is school drop off. And then back at 10 a.m. I'm in the gym for 2 hours. And then at 12 I have something else, like I'm video record a YouTube. No, it's lunch. I got to do lunch. And then at 1 I'm recording YouTube. Like, you can do it that way. You can write it out, like what would be a great day for you, or even a week. Like, describe your ideal time. What would that look like? What problem would you like to focus on? This is not getting into the specifics of what are you planning to do for your videos you're helping. What do you want to help people with? And an introduction. I teach, is it yoga? Is it something else? To this type of audience, so they can have this goal. So there's a different ways to do your introduction. This is just one, but fill that out. And then here are some questions just to find your unique niched offer, or niched offer. And what I say by like your niched offer is, and I'll talk about this in day 2, is so many of us think we can't move forward because we don't know who our audience is, or we don't have a niche. We don't have a specific problem that our whole business revolves around. And I want to challenge you and say, don't think about your entire business, you as a person. You're putting too much stress or pressure onto you as needing to be or want to do this one thing, when really it's an offer or it's a video. So one of my like niched offers is I help people with microphone troubleshooting. But that's not me. I am not microphone queen. That's just one of the things that I do. I teach video, but that's not me. I don't just teach people how to get on video. I also am a human that loves to teach yoga and go to CrossFit and do these other things. So it's really just what you're looking to focus on right now. I don't focus so much on creating microphone videos as much, because they're there. They're there. People can find them. I haven't created a new microphone troubleshooting video in like years, but people still find me from them, because at the time that was my focus. And so you're finding what it is. You get to pick what it is you want to focus on right now, right now. And so for me right now, I'm focusing on helping you to teach on YouTube, to teach yoga, and to create videos with YouTube and video libraries. And other times of the year, I focus on helping you build your website. So what is it you want to do right now for like the next 3 months? So this starts with a brainstorm. What are your personal passions and interests? What styles and unique techniques do you excel in? What do you most enjoy teaching? What challenges or goals? And you're just going to like circle the ones that you feel most called to if you write them out. What are some current trends you're seeing in online classes? I'm seeing a huge trend towards more meditation videos, meditation classes. What gaps do you see in the market that you could fill? This is going to help you to choose. So instead of doing research, you're doing internal research. Okay, and so that is the workbook. And then just read through those questions and answer them, and use as much space as you want. The rest of this stuff we're going to cover later, but it's those 3 pages. All right, I'm going to remove that now. Go back to our questions. Oh, this is getting kind of long. That's okay. I'd rather overwhelm you than underwhelm. So That's what I'm going to go with. Okay, so that was the pages 6, 7, and 8. Yeah. Next, I'm feeling I can do this. Great. What kind of computer does the Rode mic work with? I told you anything. So there's 2 of them. This one is the USB-C. This is the micro. I have the other one in black, and it's a lightning adapter, but I also plug it into my phone with the adapter cable. So that's cool. That's for the micro. I love it because it's plug and play, plug and go. The other Rode wireless microphones, I have a ton of videos on troubleshooting those. You can use those with your phone or your computer or any device as long as you have the right cables. That's where the complication came in. It's always about the cables, but these ones are so simple. If you go to Ash's Yoga, let's see, ashesyoga.com/Rode. That is my affiliate link for Rode products that goes right through the Rode brand. I recommend buying directly through the company. I have gotten swindled with Amazon one point when I bought my Logitech Brio. Actually, it was through a third-party seller, and what I got was not the Brio. I spent $200 on Amazon. I thought it was through Amazon. I thought it was legit, but what came in the Brio box was like someone had returned like a $10 webcam. So a really crappy webcam was in the box, and they resold it. And when I tried to return it, they said, "What you gave us wasn't what we sent you. No refund." So not only did I not have the crappy webcam, but I didn't have the Logitech Brio, and I was out $200. So that's why I like to go directly through the company if you can. Amazon is like everything else I've gone through Amazon and it's worked well, but that's like one time that I was not a fan of. Now, if it's Amazon directly selling through the company, maybe that's fine. But still, I'm still like, if you can, go through the actual company. So that's my story for why I say go directly through them. And this is the link. That's the redirect link to my affiliate partner page with them. How do you find what people are searching? We're going to go through that on more on day 2. We did talk a little bit about the search alphabet, but also there are some sites that can help you. We're going to talk a little bit about ChatGPT and some prompts for ChatGPT to put in what you can put in to get ideas out for you, and all sorts of things. So that's how you find how you stand out and how you find what people are searching. It's coming up in day 2. Can you do background music at the same time with a Rode mic? Yep, I can do it here on StreamYard. I can add music. I think I did that. Let me see can I do it? Can I do it? Should we try? The music that I uploaded. This one. And you're still hearing. So we've got music in the background. And you're hearing my microphone. So the music is shared separately. It's not taking over your microphone. So they work together. And usually that's through the system or software. So Zoom allows you to do that on a computer. So you don't want to be playing like background music and trying to get the background music in your microphone. That's not going to be good. That's not going to work well. So if you've got music like in the air and you're like, yes, microphone, pick it up. No. Get your music on the software, in the software, sharing the screen or sharing the music through Zoom itself, and then you also are talking through your microphone. You will have to do some troubleshooting as far as volume settings. You don't know exactly how loud the music is or not, so ask your students or do a test to see how loud it is so that people can hear over you. I did this with my yoga sculpt classes. I taught yoga sculpt, and I had music going at the same time I was on Zoom on my computer. If you're on a phone or tablet or iPad, iPod, whatever, it won't really work. That's why I like it just streamlined on a computer. Chromebooks also don't allow for music sharing either on Zoom. So yeah. This may be a different training, but looking to integrate website, auto emails, registration, liability, the whole shebang. Yes, I did use the word shebang. Shenanigans. Shebangs. Okay, anyways, this is a different training. That would be go to ashesyoga.com/register and you can watch my webinar that talks about business building. So let's also go back to that. ashesyoga.com/register. That is where is this? That is a webinar that leads into my Ashes Academy membership. I also have a couple other ways to work with me. I mention them while I do this training, but I'm not going to sell you on them. So they're available at different times. Right now, we're really discussing video and more so YouTube and long form video, which is leading to my YouTube for Yoga Teachers course. But stay tuned because there will be an offer for both for an upgrade. And so stay tuned. Okay. Do you deduct all the software and equipment used from your taxes? Absolutely. Of course I do. Why would you? Yes, yes, yes. Completely. 100% tax deductible. StreamYard software, tax deductible. My paper for my printer, tax deductible. My microphones, when they're not just given to me for free, tax deductible. Everything goes through my business bank account. I have a separate bank account. Yes, I highly recommend that, even if it's a personal bank account, but a separate bank account where all of my money goes through, comes in and goes out just for the yoga business. Keeps everything apart from my personal. I write myself checks to pay me to my personal account, and they're totally separate. Not the same bank. That's not a different checking account inside the same bank account. No, totally separate banks. One's a credit union, one's a bank. Different. One's local, one's more national. I separate. So, but I do deduct everything, and that's just why would you not? Anything you use. I do not deduct my clothing. I don't deduct self-care things like nails or anything like that. Not that I do my nails ever, but I don't deduct clothing or anything, that kind of stuff. But anything I'm sharing about or teaching about, like microphones, equipment that I'm using for live streaming, then absolutely. So, okay, that's it for the questions. That's rapid fire. Rapid fire Q&A in 51 minutes. So hopefully that was helpful. And some of you, I know it's helpful to just get that repetition and hear things for another time. If you already watched the 2-hour training one, then this is just a little bit of a repeat with some question Q&A, and make sure you finish up your workbook or do pages 6, 7, and 8, and get yourself just like brainstorming about how you want this to look. Because I can't tell you exactly how you are going to do it. I can give you ideas. I can be a guide. Just like you as a yoga teacher, if that's yoga or any kind of teacher, you are not telling people exactly what to do. You're there as a guide to give them ideas, best practices, and recommendations, but not necessarily to tell them exactly what to do, because only you know where you are at in your journey, whether it's yoga or video creation. So yes. Anyways, let's talk about this more later. There are some bonus trainings you can sign up for, and I don't know that I'm going to promote them heavily because they're on Zoom and there's a limit to 100 people on Zoom, and we had more than that on day one. So if you want to do those bonus trainings, go to the directory page and scroll down and you'll see a link to sign up for those. Let's go to the banners. This one, if you go here, ashesyoga.com/videocamptraining, scroll down and you'll see a place for bonus trainings. I tried to change the picture on that. My website's being glitchy, but there is a link to sign up. So you do have to register for the bonus trainings happening Thursday and Friday. They are a different time. I was going to have them, I didn't know. You know what? I just have them on at 7 a.m. Pacific time, which is 4 hours earlier than our live broadcast, because I just wanted to switch it up for some people who maybe couldn't join at that 11 o'clock time. And so I chose a time that's the earliest in the day for me that I can get on. And it's going to be casual. So it's not a presentation. There's no slides. It's, hey, we're going to talk about equipment and setup. And also we're going to talk about editing. Let's talk all about it. I'll share as much as I can when it comes to those bonus trainings, but they're not like anything. You're not going to miss out on them if you already have your equipment, if you already know editing. There's no need to have to join them. So you can sign up for those. But we have days 2 and 3 coming up. This is a heavy training week. This is the main week where we started with day 1 prior to a holiday weekend. You did your introduction video. On Tuesday, I'll give you another homework assignment to post another video. But for now, just keep with it. You did your introductions, maybe engage a little bit more in that Facebook group. If you're not there yet, you can go to and look for Video Creation Camp on Facebook. And there's also links in the welcome email on the directory page back here. The links are all here. That's it. The links are all right there. And if you have trouble with any of that, just let me know. Reach out, tag me, send me a message at Ashes Yoga, all the places. You can send me an email. It works. It works. It all works. So thanks for being here. And if you have more questions, keep asking them. I love it. I love hearing from you. I love putting faces to names. How fun has that been? Seeing people's faces and listening to their voices when you've probably seen their names in the comments a bunch of times. Oh, that is magical. Magical. And this training has been great so far. I know we're like just day one in. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and post this. It is a long Q&A, but hey, you get what you get. And that's it. And I'll see you next time.